Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Kaitie Zhee here with this week's installment of PegNet Weekly Update. Today is Wednesday, February 12th. I'm joined here today by the Paul Snow and David Johnston.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Hey, hey. So, all right, Wednesday the 12th, this has been a big day coming for PegNet, a lot of anticipation from the community, and notifications have gone out. There is a must update upgrade taking place. David or Paul, do you want to get into any of those specifics and what the community should know about this?
Well, I would say that we are, adding some assets. David's probably better at counting out all the assets that we're adding. Why don't you do that, David? I'm sorry, it's not off the top of my head.
Yeah, all good. No, it's a bunch of new cryptos and fiat currencies that are getting added in. We've got some of the ones in the top 20 that we wanted to include. So those include like the Russian ruble, the Turkish lira, the Norwegian and Swedish krona, the New Zealand dollar, and the Australian dollar. So we'll basically have most of the top 20 fiat currencies in the system now. So if you are a currency trader, come on in. You've got full ability to frictionlessly trade between any of those top currencies. On the crypto side, filling in some of the more prominent projects, including EOS, Link, Atom, BAT, and pTEZOS. So getting 5 more cryptos in there, which I'm pretty excited about. Projects like pTEZOS have been seeing huge appreciation, so they've all passed this threshold of way more than 100 million in market cap, way more than 5 million in daily trading volume. In fact, a lot of these are multi-billion-dollar projects that have huge trading volume. So it seemed like a good time to add them into the list. So if anybody is a pTEZOS whale or pTEZOS enthusiast, by all means, we would love for you to convert into a bunch of pTEZOS and really be able to move and balance your portfolio a lot easier. So hopefully this gives people even more reason to join in on PegNet.
Yeah, absolutely. And just want to put it out there that if you're wondering what do you need to do with this upgrade, if you are participating in PegNet as part of a mining pool, Prosper, or Axe pool, that's all taken care of. There shouldn't be anything that you need to do specifically. Same with the exchanges. All of them have been notified and they're well aware of what needs to happen. So all should be good there.
Yep, it's really people that are solo mining or people that are operating a pool, folks that have an exchange that listed pAssets, please update. We've got a lot of indications from exchanges telling the community that they're ready. So hopefully it'll all go nice and smooth here as we've got the fork live.
So what's cool is
also if you run your own wallet, so if you're running the PegNet D wallet, you do need to upgrade your wallet, and if you have not upgraded your wallet, what you at this point need to do is go ahead and delete the old wallet, the cache for the PegNet, and run the new software, because you would have progressed a little ways into the future, and you have to have this upgrade done by February 12th, or you have to do a reload of your cache for your PegNet D.
Let me caveat that with back up your private key, back up your private key, back up
Yeah,
your private key.
don't delete your Factom D wallet. The Factom D wallet's just fine, it's unaffected. Just the PegNet D, which doesn't hold the private keys. It's just cache of what's going on in the PegNet.
Yep, exactly. And so that's more for the technical folks using the command line. If you're using the GUI wallet, the Chrome extension, you're good to go. If they release an update to the wallet, I'm sure they'll make an announcement and you may need to reinstall the Chrome extension, but that should be about the extent of it. But again, store your vault password, your private key that they let you do with that as well. Just in case.
Always back up your private keys.
Always back up your
As long as you have your private keys, everything else is just a configuration problem and you can get past it.
Yep, exactly.
You lose your private keys, you lose your money.
Exactly. Keep those passwords. I was joking with a friend. I think my main job in crypto sometimes is to store passwords and to enter authentication codes. That's like the main value I bring, you know. So it's funny.
It's a very important value, I must add.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, so if you're watching this and you have any questions or technical questions specific, please, the link will be below. The link will be below, but it's pegnet.org/chat. That'll bring you to the Discord. That's where all of the technical developers, they're feverishly conversing on there throughout the day at any given hour. So someone will be able to help for sure with that.
Sweet. I guess probably the other big thing to highlight about this upgrade is we're adding the Ethereum signature types. So effectively now, let's say you bought some pegged assets off of IDEX, which are the ERC20 flavor. After the wallets get upgraded and you create a new address, that new address will be able to support ERC20 flavors of PegNet. So the goal being to make it easier and easier for users not to really have to deal with multiple wallets, you know, an Ethereum wallet over here, a PegNet wallet over there, just be able to use it all inside of the PegNet wallet. So again, I think the GUI guys are going to make an announcement, but they were talking about how they're going to have the two different address types displayed in the wallet. And I know they're working on a beta that's a big upgrade on the UI and a bunch of other stuff. So excited to see that, and sort of the next step in the evolution of making it more interoperable with Ethereum. Started with the ERC20 wrapped tokens. Now we've got the Ethereum signatures. Just want to kind of continue making it easier and easier to connect those two ecosystems.
I think the progress has been phenomenal. And the timeline of how quick each of these milestones and developments have taken place is, I mean, you compare it to other things like the Lightning Network, and just a lot of the traction has been really fast. And sometimes when you're so consumed into a certain project or so involved, it's hard to kind of pick your head up and realize, wow, we've done that. We've accomplished that much. You know, it's pretty incredible. So kudos to all of the team that's been developing that, the community that's been supporting it, the donors who have been supporting it, and such forth, making it all possible. So it's really cool stuff. And I might add, timing is interesting. So of course, those who are watching this are most likely into DeFi in some form or fashion. There was some cool headlines that went out a few days ago about $1 billion have been staked into DeFi, according to DeFi Pulse, and that was reported on every crypto news outlet. And then shortly thereafter, PegNet doesn't have staking, but a few days later, we have, if you go to pegnetmarketcap.com, it's we crossed 100 million in total conversions, which is really, really cool. Like, speaking of that timeline progression thing, I literally, I don't know, everybody else has on their phone, you look at your photo album and you swipe up and you see the memories pass. And I was looking at the one where I posted something about, oh, we just hit $100,000 not that long ago, right? So this is incredible.
Yeah, it's been moving fast. It's awesome to see those kind of milestones get passed. And you know, when Paul was inventing all of this brilliance, he must have seen into the future and imagined the billions of dollars that would flow over the rails. But it's pretty cool, you know, and that's what we want. Ultimately, is that people use it for its purpose, right? Which is to be able to convert and balance your portfolio with ease in any of these assets. So it's cool to see people doing that. Yeah, I think the daily conversions are now like $7-8 million a day. So it's starting to add up pretty quickly, which is really cool. And I think the whole network's up to 8 million, something like that, in value. So we've had our first, we should also highlight, we had our first pAsset cross $1 million. So thanks to pegged Bitcoin, there's now more than $1 million of pegged Bitcoin in the system. So Apparently the Bitcoin bulls have decided they want more Bitcoin exposure and converted into pegged assets, which is really awesome.
What I think is really cool about the token economics behind it and the game theory behind PegNet's token is that to get into the pAssets, you're reducing the supply of the native peg token too. So it has this really cool game theory application in there too.
Yep, absolutely. That's cool.
Paul, anything to add to some of your brilliance that you've brought to life here?
Might be on mute.
Oh, Paul, you're on mute.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would characterize anything as brilliance or anything. We're still studying, we're still looking, and we're still improving the PegNet protocol. There are quite a number of DeFi ideas. There are some ideas that are getting out there for providing greater liquidity from the PegNet into the market. And I would just stay tuned and keep in touch. I do have a PegNet improvement protocol PIP that I'm working on, and I want to release that here pretty soon. This is not a static thing. This is something that we're working on constantly, and we are going to be improving the PegNet for years to come.
Yep. I think that's a good point to make. You know, things are moving so fast in DeFi. There's all these cool ideas for how we can improve the network. So yeah, if you're tuned into Discord, just hit up the Pips channel and you can see all the heated debate about different approaches and different ways to improve the incentives in the system. But I think it's moving in a good direction, and clearly people are responding even to the all the functionalities that's there today. And hopefully even more of these assets will make it even more attractive. So one proposal I particularly liked was David Chapman and Who published a idea for dynamic descriptor files. So really sort of put the miners in charge of what's being listed as far as pAssets, and just make the whole process of adding pAssets a lot easier versus having to do a hard fork of the network every time you want to add or subtract an asset. That's a really high bar. And so just having a file that the miners can reference that has all that information, I think would be a huge improvement. And so that inspired me to write a short little write-up I put out on Medium about risk levels. Okay, if we're going to have these descriptor files, if we're going to move towards 1-minute conversions, which are the super safe assets on PegNet that we can move to that 1-minute granularity? So I try to describe that in there for the super liquid, super high cap cryptos and fiats. I think that's a smart thing to do. But anyway, it started getting ideas going about how we can leverage that to move even faster.
Really cool. I mean, that's the best part about having these open source community driven projects is you have this giant like think tank environment where it helps things go exponentially faster, stronger, better, you know?
Yep.
I don't know whose tagline that is, but I'm not stealing it. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the Bionic Man.
Better you said that than Kanye West. So, what else? You know, it's now 2020. Things are starting to pick back up with conferences and that circuit as well. ETH Denver looks like it's going to be one of the biggest ones yet. And David, I know you'll be there. A number of other folks. We've got some PegNet t-shirts. So if you see people walking around with the PegNet t-shirts, stop them, ask them about it. Yeah, any comments on what you're looking forward to there?
I'm looking forward to it. I'm sporting my Norwal pride right here from DevCon. So yeah, I'm ready for ETH Denver. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Got a lot of friends up in Denver, so be good to see everybody. I'm in developer mode. Like, I want to tell as many developers about the tools PegNet provides them as possible. So whatever they're building, if they need decentralized stablecoins, we've got by far the most available decentralized stablecoins out there today. So yeah, should be a fun discussion. I know folks involved in Decentralized Oracle Alliance will be up there as well. So planning to meet up with those guys. So yeah, just kind of spread the word. And in this, having the signatures live for Ethereum is perfect timing. So it makes it even easier for them to hook in to what we're doing with PegNet. So yeah, should be a lot of fun. I think it's like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. For whatever reason, they picked Valentine's Day. So, you know, spend time with those you love, you know, in the Ethereum community. It should be fun.
Yeah. No comment.
No.
I don't have a whole lot more to add. I'm enthusiastic to see the progress being made, and it's reflected in the PegNet market activity as well.
Yep, absolutely. Very cool.
Paul, any final thoughts from you?
Nope, no final thoughts.
Okay. Alrighty then. I guess with that, then we will sign off and sign out here until next week, everyone.
See you guys.
See you online.
Okay.
See you online. Bye.
Bye.